So at this point, it's no big secret that when you are leveling a new character in WoW, you're going to want to pick up mining and herbalism, as access to these nodes means that you are going to be getting the small amounts of experience they give once you gather them. And this got me thinking as to whether there are any other ways that you can get these sorts of experience from unusual sources. Because conventionally people quest and do dungeons and maybe the odd battleground, and that's how you level. But I thought about, is there any other gathering profession? Because of course skinning doesn't give it. And this led me on to thinking about archaeology. Now, archaeology is gathering of sorts. You are collecting things from the earth, but they are instanced in, and archaeology is not a profession. So I was curious as to whether you would get experience while doing this, and I went and did a little test, and it proves to be ludicrous the amount of experience that you can get from archaeology. So what I'm showing you on screen here is me completing a dig site, and this dig site is actually a very slow dig site. I want to make that clear. I did a lot of testing in lots of dig sites, and I chose to show you all the worst case scenario. Now, in this dig site, I actually go and get myself almost exactly half a level for the full completion. Now, to give some perspective, I am wearing full heirlooms and I do have rested XP. However, that is one dig site, and that dig site took me approximately 5 minutes, give or take. And that is an obscene way of leveling. That proves to be a level every 10 minutes at that rate. And the biggest benefit to this, as far as I can see, is that you aren't sacrificing something to get this. This is just a secondary profession that anybody can pick up alongside your primary professions that are going to be the gathering nodes that we discussed at the beginning. And this is just something that while you're out and about questing, you can just go and complete a dig site, or maybe you can be queuing for your battlegrounds or your dungeons, and you're just going to go and do these dig sites in the meantime and find yourself getting free chunks of experience. Now, one of my favourite things about this is that depending on the level bracket that you fall into, these dig sites will spawn endlessly and usually fairly close together. The only exception for this being when you are at the higher end levels of the classic or vanilla zones, the up to level 60 zones in Azeroth. You can get them for a bit diverse there, where they will spawn at opposite end of the continents. So for that time period it does become slightly less efficient, but when you are at the lower levels of that bracket, say from about level 15 to 30ish, there aren't that many zones that you can go to, so these often spawn very close together. In fact, when I was out doing my testing, I had 4 dig sites spawn very close together indeed. I'm going to pop it up on the screen for you here to have a look at. And when they're that close together, if you think that a dig site got me 50%, that's 2 levels for travelling 2 zones. It's absolutely mad the amount of experience you can get from this. Now, another major point here is that there are benefits to doing this beyond just the experience. So you can actually make a decent amount of gold from this by getting the items that you use in place of fragments to complete the projects that archaeology sets you on. You can sell these, and they often return for as much on my realm as 500 gold each, and these are just random things that you're going to pick up all the time just from completing the dig sites. In addition to this, of course, archaeology is a very underused secondary profession, and as a result most of us won't have the rewards that are unique to it. Now, these rewards for the most part are rather lackluster, but there are a few gems in there, including a mount, a pet, and most notably the recipe to be able to craft the Vial of the Sands. That is the item that teaches you the mount that converts you into a dragon with the ability to put somebody on your back while you fly. Now, this mount, in all honesty, it's basically printing yourself free gold. The amount of mounts that sell is absolutely ludicrous, and they sell for a good profit margin on most realms. So there is high potential to be made here. The recipe is bind on pickup, and therefore the character that you are leveling would have to gain alchemy for itself in order to be able to learn the recipe and craft the mount. But if you do that, then you will find yourself with the ability to make large amounts of gold long term, simply for having done the archaeology while you are leveling. Not bad, given that it's something that you're going to want to do regardless. One final point I would like to make is that I alluded to earlier that the first site I was showing you took 5 minutes and gave half a level. The amount of experience is consistent. You will get the exact same amount regardless of where you are doing your archaeology, but the time taken to complete a dig site can vary a lot. The first one I showed was a very horrible one where it kept giving me my points very far away, and it was in a very large zone that had mobs in it and it had obstacles to get past, so 5 minutes was quite a long time. The next clip I'm showing you is one that was basically giving me them for free right next to each other, and the whole dig site took 2 minutes, and quite frankly that was because I was doing it in a very inefficient manner. So you can find yourself getting half a level basically for free for turning up. Now if that's not good, I don't know what is. But that's going to do it for today, guys. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please do ask them down below. If you did like the video, please do consider liking, and of course if you want to subscribe to the channel, please feel free to do so. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Later.